Coming up, we get to check in on a new training for the City Fire Department.
And watch what you say. Another lawsuit has been filed in the Kendrick Johnson controversy.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Damian Edwards.
And I'm Quenisha Claiborne. Another lawsuit has been filed related to the Kendrick Johnson controversy, this time against Ebony Magazine. William and Nora Ekin filed a lawsuit of defamation on Monday in the Southern District Court of Georgia, seeking $1.25 million in damages for their daughter, whom they say was mangled by the magazine. This is now the second family that has filed a lawsuit in relation to this case, seeking compensation for damages of libel and slanderous speech.
Yesterday evening, two men say they were robbed at gunpoint at a gas station on Baytree Road. Police say Daryl Booker and Michael Williams were at a Baytree Shell gas station when Booker was approached by three African-American males. One of the males reportedly put out a handgun and demanded money. Booker indicated he gave the males what he had, and they took off running. The men were described as being 18 to 25 years old, wearing dark-colored clothing and faces covered. Williams said he was in the store and did not see the incident take place. Detectives and crime scene personnel are working on the case to determine whether there is video evidence in the case.
The Valdosta school system recently invited the public to attend an open forum to voice its opinions on the characteristics they would like to see in the new school superintendent. News reporter Aletha Washington has more.
Valdosta City Schools has begun their search for their new superintendent. At the Valdosta Board of Education Public Forum, I had the chance to speak with Mr. Bill Sampson, who was hired to conduct the search.
We'll take all that information and we'll put together an announcement, and we hope that within the next week to 10 days that announcement can actually be sent out and put on the internet. But everything's fallen into place. I'm already getting people calling me, asking me about the position, and I'm just telling them to wait a little while longer, and we'll have information in their hands about the search. And it looks like the deadline will be sometime around the middle or the end of April. Once we get the search open, we'll probably have open application period for 5 to 6 weeks. The time frame will really be up to the board how fast they want to move on it. But right now things are on schedule.
At the public forum, community members were able to speak to the board about what qualities they want to see in Valdosta's next superintendent.
I'm looking for someone that's a people person that can relate. I think our school system is considered not to be efficient enough to bring good jobs down to this part of the city. Well, I think they should come out to get involved. If you have kids, you should be involved. I think in most of our community get secondhand information from other people that have the same amount of information they have. And you need people to come out so they can hear for themselves what the community is trying to do.
For News Valdosta, I am Lethea Washington.
The man charged with the death of Sharonna James has pleaded guilty to murder. 40-year-old Donnell James was looking at a potential sentence of life in prison after he shot his wife multiple times last July at a Valdosta intersection. Police say he fled the scene of the crime and was arrested a short 6 hours later. No sentencing has been announced.
The Valdosta Fire Department did some educational training yesterday. News reporter Zach Saxon brings us this report.
The Valdosta Fire Department is trying out some new search and rescue equipment, and we're going to take a brief look to see exactly what new tools they're trying out.
The fire department's prime concern is the safety of its community and its citizens. Education and continuing this education are very vital to keeping this community safe and keeping our firefighters up to date on how to quickly and responsibly act in situations of emergency. Today they are looking at tools that can help them remove people from vehicles and get them to the medical attention they need much faster and at a more rapid pace. Altogether, adding together to have Valdosta Fire Department continuing to serve our community and keep us safe.
My name is Battalion Chief Ronald Screen. Today we're out here training our personnel on extrication, which is part of the things that we do that we can be called to do on a daily basis. We train every day as much as we can to be ready for any situation. The guys out here are testing some new tools. They're testing some new tools. and they seem to be having a good time. They're testing new battery-powered tools as well as hydraulic tools. They've cut up 3 cars already over 20 to 30 minutes continuously. We had a morning session this morning and an afternoon session this afternoon.
Well, we're out here at GM Salvage today. They were so nice to let us come out here, and we're trying out some new rescue tools by Genesis. They're the Jaws of Life is how everybody knows them. We're trying out some new battery-operated stuff. They're a little more, they're not as strong, but they're a little more efficient if we got to get down in tighter places and ditches, things like that. It's just going to help us out in the future.
Safety is Valdosta Fire Department's main goal. By continuing education, they can continue to keep this community safe, because you never know when it may be your life that's in need of saving. For News Valdosta, I'm Zach Saxon.
The City of Murals in the big city of Lakeland has the Milltown Motorcade returning this week. The parade will travel through Lakeland's downtown, where murals let people see into the historic past of the city and go back into the time of the 1920s and 30s. The parade is scheduled to start this Saturday morning at 10 o'clock and will feature a jazz band in the park afterwards with refreshments and snacks.
The Valdosta Daily Times is looking to continue innovating as they feature a text alert system where subscribers can receive texts containing breaking news as it happens on their mobile devices. This new feature comes after the newspaper release of email alerts as to keep their consumers informed as quickly as possible.
An indictment has been released against 3 individuals connecting them to the shooting of a 40-year-old Timothy Linder. Police say Linder was shot multiple times by 16-year-old Ricky Barron on Marion Street last October, as police called it a robbery gone bad. Barron was indicted on charges for felony murder, armed robbery, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime by the Lowndes County Superior Court. 2 other individuals are involved has been arrested and charged with aiding Barron.
Coming up, we'll talk about Crosspoint Church's new ministry and a school's new 3D technology, so stay with us.
I got my MBA online at VSU. As a working mom who travels on business, I needed an MBA program that fit my schedule and allowed me to balance both my work and home life. VSU's Web MBA was perfect. I was able to spend time with my family in the evenings and then complete my assignments. My MBA is one of my greatest accomplishments. It was hard work, but I would do it again in a heartbeat. Don't wait. Start your MBA today.
Get your ass out. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why are you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
This month, Crosspoint Church will start their BUB's ministry to repair old bicycles. Crosspoint Church will start their BUB's ministry this month. BUB stands for Busted Up Bicycles and is an outreach for local students. It will take old bicycles and refurbish them while teaching students how to do bike maintenance. If you're interested, swing by the church office and ask for the dates.
Wiregrass Georgia Technical College has introduced 3D AV rover technology to classroom instruction. The 3D AV rover is a new type of technology that allows instructors to engage students in early learning in their programs. School officials say training modules are available in a variety of subjects, including 3D videos, interactive objects, and virtual simulations that can be integrated into course curriculum to bring the students' topics to life.
The Georgia Public Library Service is offering its Job and Careers Accelerator to all Georgia residents. The new service is made available through every public library in the state and allows library patrons to take practice tests and receive feedback on elementary through secondary education. Tests include, but are not limited to, the GED, SAT, ACT, LSAT, and GRE. These services are free of charge to every library patron in the state.
Like a lot of other cities, Valdosta has a lot of hungry people. Now, the Central Avenue Church of Christ is helping the hungry with a soup kitchen this Saturday. Here's reporter Teresa Bowles with more.
I'm outside of Central Avenue Church of Christ. And this Easter weekend, while they're preparing to celebrate the resurrection of Christ, they're also preparing to host a soup kitchen to serve up some hot meals. The soup kitchen is held on the first Saturday of every month, and around 150 to 200 guests are fed. Any of the needy in the Valdosta community can come to 304 Central Avenue and enjoy homemade cooking. Central Avenue will be serving soup beginning at 12 noon to about 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, April 4th. Many of the volunteers are members of the church, but other helpers are needed each month to cook and serve. If you'd like to help or volunteer, you can contact Mike, Patsy Black, or email central@cacoc.com. For News Valdosta, I'm Teresa Bowles.
The Valdosta Lounge Chamber of Commerce is gearing up for its 6th annual Members' Choice Award. The award ceremony is set to take place May 7th at Rainwater Conference Center and will be a red carpet affair with all the Valdosta local businesses honoring their work within the community. Voting has already begun and can be found on the Valdosta Lowndes County Chamber of Commerce website homepage.
Valdosta State University's Office of Career Opportunities will host its 2nd annual Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, and Healthcare Online Career Fair today through Thursday. The STEM and Healthcare Online Career Fair is a free opportunity for area employers or recruiters to market current or upcoming part-time, full-time, internship, or cooperative education positions. These include postings in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and healthcare fields for VSU students and alumni.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at our local weather forecast. Stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate. Volunteer.
Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
We've had beautiful weather today, so let's check in with weather with anchor Brittany Williams and see what's going on today. What about it, Brittany?
Thanks, guys. Good afternoon, Valdosta. This morning we woke up to mostly cloudy skies with a low of 63 degrees. Although the weather has been heating up to a high of 81 degrees, we are expecting a 50% chance of rain and scattered thunderstorms this afternoon with winds going 5 to 10 miles per hour. So you should definitely pack a small umbrella for today's travels. As the day progresses, we will move into the evening, seeing more cloudy skies and scattered thunderstorms. There will also be a slight drop in temperature to about 63 degrees. As well, the humidity level will be at a high of 90%. Tomorrow morning, we will still be experiencing partly cloudy skies, which will also lead into the evening with a 20% chance of thunderstorms. The high will be at 83 degrees, and with such rainy and warm weather, we can also expect the humidity level to be at a mid of 73%. Today's UV index was somewhat high at a 7 on the 10-point scale. Although there will be mostly cloudy skies today, you may still want to apply a lower SPF of about 30. Getting into our pollen count for today, it has been moderately high at an 8.8 on the 12-point scale. And if you're trying to avoid setting off those runny noses and watery eyes, you may want to stay away from active trees, alder, oak, and elm. Here's for your tip of the day. On days like these, when the pollen count is at a high, you should wash your bedding in hot water and dry them inside. Using outside clothing lines can be an easy target for pollen infiltration. Well, that's all I have for weather today. Back to you guys at the desk.
And coming up in sports, we'll take a look at what's happening in the Gulf South Conference. So stay tuned.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
What's happening, guys? Kip Moore here. I just wanted to say I cannot wait to get back home to play my old stomping grounds, Valdosta State. We promise to tear apart the PE complex April 11th. See y'all there.
Everybody raise your glass. Pick it up and throw it back. Grab a hold of your honey.
Welcome back. Now let's check in with Sabrina Adams for our local sports report. Sabrina.
Good afternoon, sports fans. Valdosta State third baseman Michael Go has been named the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. Go earned the honor after leading the Blazers to a 3-1 record last week, including an upset to number 3 Tampa on Wednesday. For the week, Go batted .600 as he had 9 hits and 15 at-bats. He drove in 7 runs in the 4 games and scored 4 times while counting 3 doubles among his 9 hits for an .800 slugging percentage. Go was also flawless in the field as he did not commit an error in 8 chances. Go and the Blazers return to action today. They travel to St. Augustine, Florida to take on number 18 Flagler at 5 p.m. And on to softball. Valdosta State Blazers used a record-setting no-hitter in Game 1, a rare come-from-behind victory in Game 2 to claim a doubleheader sweep over the young Harris Mountain Lions in non-conference softball action on Tuesday afternoon at the Steels Diamond at Blazers Park. The victory helped lift the Blazers' overall record to 36-2, while the Mountain Lions saw their record drop to 21-11 of the year. Valdosta State improved their current winning streak to 26 games after the pair of wins. Valdosta State hits the road this weekend for a big 3-game set against the Chargers of Alabama-Huntsville. The series is set to kick off in Huntsville, Alabama on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a doubleheader open, followed by a 2 p.m. Eastern Standard finale on Saturday. And in Blazer tennis, Blazer men's tennis team returned to action next Thursday in Pensacola at 9:30 a.m. against Hawaii Pacific, who currently ranks number 1 in the country. And our Blazer women's tennis team returned to action on tomorrow with another matchup in Pensacola, Florida against Hawaii Pacific at 9:30 a.m. Finally, in Blazer golf, Valdosta State shot a final round 296 to finish 9th at the Buccaneer Invitational at the Normandy Shore Golf Club Tuesday. The Blazers finished the 3-round tournament at 894 or 42 over par. Lynn University, which shot a final round 273, won the event at 846, while Nova Southeastern was second at 859 after a final round 282. Eastern Florida State finished third at 867, while host Berry was fourth at 868. Valdosta State returns to action Monday, April 20th, when it opens play in the Gulf South Conference Championship. And that's a look at our local sports. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Sabrina. After the break, World Harvest help feed the underprivileged.
And April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. This and more when we come back.
"7,000 high school students drop out every school day.
That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
And we're back.
Although the unemployment rate seems to be steadily decreasing, some residents are still facing difficulties when it comes to feeding their family. Thanks to food banks such as Second Harvest in Valdosta, the fight to end hunger can continue to progress. Yesterday morning, volunteers and employees of Second Harvest packed numerous boxes of food that can feed a family of 4 for a week. After packaging the food items, the team went out to distribute them to migrant workers in lower poverty level areas. If you're interested in the same service or interested in volunteer work, contact Second Harvest Food Bank of Valdosta.
In recognition of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, Valdosta State University is hosting the Take Back the Night to raise awareness for sexual assault. The event, hosted by the Office of Health Promotions, the president of VSU, and the Haven, will feature keynote speaker Dr. Keith E. Edwards, who will speak on the dangers of sexual assault in society. The event is scheduled for next Tuesday and is open to the public.
The Turner Center for Arts will be holding its 28th annual Spring into Art exhibition later this month. This opportunity allows for artists a chance to sell their art, while a small portion of the funds will go to the Turner Center for the Arts. Awards will be given at the opening gala for the exhibition on April 13th. The event is open to the public and tickets are $45 for those who are not a part of the show. For more information on this event, please visit turnercenter.org or contact Bill Shelton, the artistic administrator for the center.
That's our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Damian Edwards.
And I'm Quenisha Claiborne. We'll see you again tomorrow.
That's all.